This program is brought to you in part by...
What's up, guys? I'm here in 6B and, just chilling in the classroom. I was gonna teach here today. However, my friends hit me up and they said, yo, come to the Big Apple and come teach here. New York City. So I was like, all right, I'll go. Let's do it.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
We made it! And check out that view. That is a sight, if you ask me. Well, I think we're gonna go take a walk. You guys wanna come with? Times Square. Isn't it a sight? I love me some concrete jungle. Well, this is where we're going to be teaching today. Perfect. Let's do this. Reading group. We're going to start off the day by going over a form of figure of speech that's extremely common. One that you may not have even realized was a figure of speech. Go ahead and take a guess. If you guessed pun, then you are correct. And the definition of a pun is a joke that makes a play on words, typically by using words that sound similar but have different meanings. So, it also can use different meanings of the same word to make a funny saying. Those sound like some words that we've worked with a lot before. So, think about it. I'm going to cover it on the board. What kind of words? Good! If you said homophones, homographs, and or homonyms, they can usually be found in puns, but it's not required. Now, another good thing about puns is, while they're made to be funny, they're also a great way to manipulate and understand language, especially for younger children. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put some examples of a pun on a board. I'm going to give you one that's set up as a question, so it's kind of set up like a joke, because it is. And then the other will be a straight statement that is a joke, because let's remember, puns are jokes. Let me set up the board. We're going to start with the pun that's set up as a question. Now, think about a place that you always hear or you always see puns stated as a question. Good. Usually you'll see it on a Laffy Taffy candy or a popsicle stick. You see them all the time. Now, I want you to go ahead and try and answer this pun. What do you call an alligator in a vest? Now, I don't just want you to guess the funny part. I want you to look at it. Remember, we're working with a pun. You're going to be able to diagnose these jokes and understand and already know what the pun's going to be. So think about it. What do you call an alligator in a vest? So, an alligator in a vest. It's in the vest. Think about the word alligator. Break it apart. What do you call an alligator in a vest? If you said, drum roll please, an investigator, then you are correct. It's in a vest and it's a gator. So that's why this pun works. Now, a lot of the times you'll also see a pun as a statement, and a very common place you'll see this is in sitcoms, comedies, maybe some cartoons that you watch that are comedies as well. You'll see a lot of puns that are written as a statement. Now, one that I always see puns is either in Friends or The Office. Now, let's read this one. The best way to communicate with a fish is to drop a line. Now, this works because we're talking about communicate and a line. Now, like a phone line, when you communicate, you drop a phone line, you call someone. However, we're also talking about a fish. We can't call a fish, but we can drop a line to a fish, a fishing line. So it's playing with the words line, drop a line. We're using communicate with it and fish. Now, it's a joke because when we drop a line, to get the fish, we're actually catching it. We're not talking it to it. And that's really probably the closest interaction that we have with fish is when we drop a line and catch it. So that's why these two work. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to be given 3 different statements. You're going to have to identify which ones are a pun, and then you're going to have to explain, if they are a pun, you're going to have to explain why they are. Now, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. So make sure you get that in a Google Doc. And if you run out of time, that's okay, just pause it. But make sure you send it to me. You're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. Make sure you get that in a Google email and send it to me, okay? Now, that ends our first lesson. However, before I leave with this lesson, I want to give you a little joke. You ready? It's a pun. Why are playing cards like wolves? So think about this. I'm setting up playing cards and wolves. What words do they share? Good. If you said something along the lines of, they come in packs, then you're correct. Well, I'm going to erase the board. Well, guys, I think we're going to take a little break. So if you have a snack or a drink, go ahead and get it out and enjoy this commercial break.
Commercial break with Lincoln, Braden, Carter, Palmer, and featuring Sullivan Reader.
I'm waking up, I'm staying home. I start my worksheet on homophones. I'm breathing in, cleaning chemicals. I'm staying in, getting fat, and checking into this crisis. This is it, coronavirus.
I'm waking up, there is no more for school. Absolutely nothing to do. Welcome to this virus, to Corona. Welcome to this virus, to Corona. Whoa, whoa, it's radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, whoa, it's radioactive, radioactive. I'm stuck at home, super bored. It's a stay-at-home order, I suppose. Grab our mask to fit right in.
Whoa, it's so bad. It's like we've been plundered in to the land of Osiris. This is it, coronavirus. you. Welcome to this virus, coronavirus. Welcome to this virus, coronavirus. Whoa, oh, whoa, it's radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, oh, whoa, it's radioactive, radioactive.
Can't see my friends or anyone. Get ready for more. It's just begun. I'm waking up. There's no more stinking school. Absolutely nothing left to do. Welcome to this virus, to Corona. Welcome to this virus, to Corona. Oh, 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 oh. Radioactive, radioactive. Oh, 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 oh. Radioactive, radioactive.
Welcome back. And what took you guys so long? It's already nighttime here. Must have been a long commercial. Let's get started. Reading group, be ready to do a second form of figure of speech. Now, this form is one that we've talked about previously. However, we haven't dived into it and talked about it extensively. Now, this one is two words or more that are opposites. That's your clue. Go ahead and take a guess. If you said oxymoron, then you are correct. And it is a literacy device in which two contradictory ideas appear in conjunction to create a poetic effect. So a lot of the times it'll be used in good poems. And the contrasting ideas may be words or phrases and may be glued together or spaced out in a sentence. So maybe you're really going to focus on two words. Could be in a sentence, but we're trying to kind of keep it within two words, maybe three. Now the two words could be together to create one word. And they always come in an adjective noun form or an adverb adjective form. Now let me give you an example of each of those forms. Our two examples here are deafening silence and genuinely fake. Now deafening silence, the adjective is deafening. And deafening is when you can't hear. If someone's deaf, they can't hear. They don't have the awareness or the ability to hear. Now silence. Silence is quiet. However, when it's silent, you can still hear it. It's just quiet. So that's why these are contradicting. It's saying it's so quiet you can't hear it, which is an oxymoron. Now, our adverb adjective example is genuinely adverb. That's usually when you're honest, when you're truth, you're telling someone the truth, you're not telling a lie. Now, the adjective fake is when you're acting some way or somehow. That's just not you. You're not being yourself. Now, when someone's genuinely fake, that at least means that they're being truthful about being fake. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to be given a few statements. You're going to have to identify which are an oxymoron, and then you're going to tell me why they are and what it means. So, I'll repeat that. You're going to be given a few statements. You're going to have to tell me which are an oxymoron. If they are, explain why and explain what the meaning of the oxymoron is. And then you're going to get it in a Google email. All right, you're going to do that in 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, guys. Make sure you get that in a Google email for me, okay? And then send it to me. Well, that ends our lesson. I don't know about you guys, but I could go for some coffee right now. And I heard there's this really, really great place here in New York. I heard about it from my friends. I think it's called Central Perk. Now, New York is a huge place. I don't want to go looking for it. So I'm just going to enter it in. Teleportation watch. Teleport there. Let's do it. What? It's closed? But I saw people in there. Hey, let me in.